a device developed in 1998. The system is composed of the cosine ray and rollers. And I will show you how it works. The weight here is 9 tons, the same as the weight of the first order Fresnel lens and its Mercury bus of Invo Satellite House. And here is the seismic isolation device. So now floor is shaking very heavily, and the concrete block here is thumped down. But you see the weight itself is not so moving. So the video will catch another angle, the movement of the seismic isolation device after this video. So here is the cosine ray and rollers, and how its shape is very heavy. This one shows. The displacement of this weight is only less than 20 centimeters. So it can fit even in a small lantern house spaces. So you see the wine glass here did not topple down. So everybody wakes up now? This displacement of the weight, as I said, is only 20 centimeters. So it is possible to fit even in a small lantern house space. This is an analysis result of the Invo Satellite House. You know the acceleration of the seismic movement at the lantern house floor, and it's reduced by 1/10, less than 1/10 actually. And the system is so successful, now installed at 38 lighthouses in Japan Coast Guard. Thank you very much for your attention.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Nauchi, for your interesting presentation. And now our next speaker is Mr. Arve Diemen. Arve Diemen received his MSc degree in electronics at the Technical University of Norway in Trondheim in 1991. He specialized in radio communication and navigation. He has a background at science in radar technology, data sensor fusion, and command and control systems. Since 2006, he has been Director of Maritime Safety in the Norwegian Coastal Administration, where he is responsible for the ACE navigation systems, BTS centers, pilotage service, and radio navigation systems. Since 2006, he has been Norway's representative in the IALA Council and has been chairing the IALA Pilotage Authority Forum. The title of his presentation is Alternative Use of Lighthouses in Norway, Obligations and Positive Effects of Heritage Emphasis. Please.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I will present a paper made by myself and my colleague Knut Kristoffersen, a member of the very important DEB committee. Norway. It's a weather-beaten and mountainous land with a long coastline. And yes, we are a nation of mountains, of waterfalls, beautiful inland valleys, and we are now Arctic nations. But first of all, we are a maritime nation. And we have a coastline of 83,000 kilometers, even though it's only 2,500 kilometers from south to north. Due due to our fjords and islands. Our industry is based on fishery, offshore industry, shipping, and the ocean has always been very important for us. We've had our dark moments. One of these moments lasted 400 years, where we had to share the king with our friends in Denmark. The second of these moments lasted 100 years, almost, where we had to share the king with our friends in Sweden. At the last part of this first moment, and especially in the beginning of the second moment, there was a dramatic shift in the way we could travel along the coast. And that was, of course, due to the building of the infrastructure of lighthouses in particular. Pilotage services, harbors, but first of all the lighthouses. This made it possible to navigate the coast year-round, day and night. And that really made a difference in tying this nation together. We like to present ourselves with the images that you see at the top right. Beautiful fjords, nice weather. But I think what has shaped us is the conditions you see at the images on the bottom right. This is a lighthouse, or there is a lighthouse behind there someplace. Normally it's 30 meters above the sea level. And this says something about the conditions. Since this was a very important part of the development, especially in the 19th century, I think that one prerequisite for us being able to stand up as a sovereign nation again in 1905 was our maritime infrastructure. And we are very proud of it. There's a very big self-conscience in Norway about this. If we look at the entire period, from our first lighthouse was built in 1656, we have approximately 230 manned lighthouses being built throughout the period, with more than 150 operational at its peak. Today, we, the Coastal Administration, we own approximately 105 lighthouses. And we demanned the last one in 2006, ending a 350-year era. And this is a picture of the last manned lighthouse in Norway, from 70 degrees north. This is, of course, a huge challenge when it comes to maintaining these lighthouses. In Norway, it's a very clear responsibility. The individual services of the government has its own responsibility to document their own cultural history and also preservation of cultural monuments. So the responsibility is very clear. It is ours to take care of this. Some years ago, 83 of our lighthouses was listed according to the AtoN Heritage, which is the strongest protection you can give these monuments in Norway, in addition to 5 foghorns. This is, of course, immensely demanding when it comes to maintenance. So we have 4 main strategies that we try to follow in order to cope with this, and I'll go briefly through those here. This is a picture of Lindesnes. I think many of you recognize this. There was a very nice gathering there some years ago in the EEP committee. The first of these strategies is that we must have a certain competence within our own organization. We have a dedicated heritage manager, and he has some people around in the whole nation that is very skilled in these jobs. Both on the property side and also on the actually crafting side, the craftsmen and some skilled workers. But that is very important for us to be able to understand what we need to do in these issues. The second one is that 2 years ago we managed to define a lighthouse museum. And this museum was built exactly here at Lindesnes, where you can see in this picture. Very crucial for the way we is maintaining, the way we are using them as a competence in our work in preserving these issues. So they are our prime advisors in both in museum technical questions, but also in cultural aspects and in preservation aspects. A great resource for us. The third of these strategies, a very important one, cooperation with local interest. Of these 105 lighthouses that we own today, we have lease contracts on 66 of them, both to local or